What up, though? What's up, my people? All praise go to the Most High. It's your boy Trill. And today I want to talk about the importance of happiness, because a lot of people, we dwell so much on the things that make us unhappy. But when you come to realization that what you focus on is what you manifest, whether it's love or fear or anxiety or doubt, self-doubt. So you want to try and focus as much as possible on the things that do make you happy, your family, your loved ones, wealth, whatever make you happy, because we live in shame so much. It's so easy to be ashamed of something. People be ashamed because they want to wear Gucci and Louis, and they want to drive a Bentley, and they want to live. What you want to be ashamed of that for, man? God wants you to live like that, because that's what's going to make you happy. That's going to give you an experience, a good experience. And when you happy, you closer to God. You closer to love. You can feel the love. You can embrace the love. And when you doing that, you becoming God. You unleashing the God within you. So all your actions are godly. You know what I mean? You showing kindness. You showing grace. You showing generosity. You being righteous. You know what I mean? So it's very, very important to understand happiness. Because happiness is like a spiritual thing. You think happiness, you feel happy. So we gotta look at it like a very spiritual thing, because the spirit is what brings forth the physical. That's the cycle. You think it, you feel it. Once you get your thoughts and your feelings to align, your actions start to come, the actions start to set forth. And that's how you manifest, That is manifestation. They make it so complicated and whoop. But no, your thoughts and your feelings are spiritual. You can't see them, but they still have an effect on life, on reality. Little do you know. It's just like the air. Air is spiritual. Air is spiritual. You can't see it, but you will feel it. You know what I mean? It can make stuff shake. You know what I mean? But you can't see the air though. Because it's spiritual, but it manifests in the physical. It's God. It's God. God was spiritual, and then he put himself into the physical and all us and all the things around us, So, we gotta just try our best to focus on being happy, man. That is very, very important, man. Very important. We get distracted on so much little stuff, so much little stuff. And that fear keep us away from God. Because when you in alignment with God, there is no fear. You ain't got nothing to fear. If you know you in alignment with God, you know God got you, you are God, you can create, you can destroy this reality if you don't like it, man. By focusing on something new, by creating something new, by focusing on God, man. I'm telling y'all, if you could just find it in your heart to understand that God created everything. God is the spiritual. God is all the things that we don't see. So you gotta embrace that. You gotta know that that's inside of you, and that force, that influence, that power, that entity, that love. If you focus on that, whether you gotta focus on it through prayer, through exercise, through meditation, through, watching videos like this, When you focus on that, amazing things will happen. Happiness will come. When you embody happiness within, your reality gonna be happy. It's no way around it. It's the blessing. It's the blessing. Everybody always say good karma, bad karma. No, karma is bad, period. Like, you automatically got a bad thought about karma. Like, you got a bad feeling about it, about the word. So, but the opposite of karma to me in my opinion, is the blessings. So when you can really embody the blessings and focus on the blessings, focus on the happiness, the blessings gonna manifest. You gotta think about it and feel it, but your thought come first. Don't get it confused. Y'all might be thinking a lot of stuff and the feelings aren't really coming into yet. That's because you gotta reprogram your mind. It start with your mind. Sometimes you really gotta exercise first. You know what I mean? Because our feelings so thrown off because our hormones, your emotions is your hormones, so we eating all type of crazy stuff, then we overindulging. So, your emotions already is a little out of whack, so it help you so much if you can start to diet and fast and eat better, and then your mind can kind of come behind that. But for most people, you kind of got to put it in your mind. It all starts with the mind, because you got to even put it in your mind to even believe that that's the truth, that that's going to help you change your mind and focus on better stuff. So you got to change your mind first. You gotta understand that anything that I'm fearing is holding me back. It's holding me back from God. And you got to understand that God wants you to be happy. He don't want you to feel shame. He don't want you to feel fear. Because if you don't love yourself, you don't love him. If shame is you being fearful of what others gonna think about you. But if you fearful of what other people gonna think about you, definitely are scared of what the Most High is gonna think about you. So shame is deep, man. So you gotta try your best not to walk in shame. And when you embody the Most High and you try to move in the ways that the Most High moves, you will never feel shame. So you will never fear. You will never have nothing to fear. What you fearing for when you walking with God? When you know you righteous, when you know your intentions is good, when you know your heart is good, And we gotta try our best to, clean up our thoughts and realize what's good for us and what's bad for us. We gotta understand that what's good for us and what's bad for us, because cleanliness is next to godliness. So if you clean up your thoughts, not just your body, because we always so stuck in the physical. It ain't just clean up your body or your home or your car. You gotta clean your mind, clean your thoughts, clean your heart, get all the resentment out, get all the baggage out, because you're never gonna be able to rise and be enlightened if all this stuff holding you back. You gotta be light. You gotta be light as a feather to float, to be up here with God, man. For real, man. God wants y'all here. He wouldn't even possess me to say these things if he didn't want y'all here. Because, I'm super in tune with my faith, but I'm not super in tune with my phone and with my social media and stuff like that. I ain't even gonna perp. So it's very, very, it's very, very a miracle for me to even be doing stuff like this. But I feel like the Most High really, really want me to communicate a message with his people, which is my people, which is y'all people. So it's like, another thing that's gonna make us happy is having better relationships. Relationships, can make you feel a lot of shame also. So you wanna try and cultivate good relationships by being kind, by being truthful, by being honest. As a man, one thing I can honestly say, you can never really feel manly cheating on your woman. And when I say cheating, to me, if I'm honest and open with you and I got friends or whatever type of verbiage we use it, you feel me, friends, whatever the girls are, I got females, I got other women or whatever. That's not cheating, because I'm being honest, I'm being open. There's no shame in that. Ain't no shame in that. But if you gotta hide and sneak and hide it, come on, man, that's ungodly. That's shame, man. You fearing your girl's reaction, if she's still gonna like you, if she's still gonna put up with you. So, just think about it like this. When the Most High came back to the garden, Adam and Eve, they was hiding. So that's how he knew they was in shame. They was in fear. They feared him finna see him, in their nakedness. So that's like shame, you know what I mean? Fearing being exposed, fearing, the truth or whatever. So with our relationships, we gotta be, godly. We gotta hold ourselves to a higher standard. We gotta hold ourselves, in that God's image, because it all comes back. It's either gonna come back as karma or it's gonna come back as a blessing. So when we cultivate our relationships, we gotta get people we attracted to. And I feel like it's so little love and so little understanding. Love is understanding. That's a part of God. Not knowledge, wisdom, understanding. So it's so little love. Or let me rephrase that, because the world is love. It's all love out here. Everything is love out here. Come on, it can't exist without love. Let's be clear with that. Creation is love. You gotta make love to create. You gotta be in love to create. You know what I mean? You gotta either be in love with lust, or you gotta be in love with that person, or you gotta be, it's some type of love in that connection when you're creating and making a baby. God was in love when he created the universe and made the magnetism and the electricity come together and make electromagnetism and make all this stuff. And that's the feminine and the masculine. But long story short, you gotta get people that you're attracted to, you know what I mean? You gotta get people who align with you. And you gotta get people who truly love you, people who truly are righteous, people who are truly honest to you, people who are truly kind to you. And when you settle for less, the karma gonna come back. We be so quick to, this love because they paying me a little attention or this. No, everything got to line. Yes, attention is a form of love, but it need to all line up or it ain't real. It ain't real. That's just like you see a gold chain and it's gold, look like gold, it's heavy. You scratch it, it ain't even scratching up, boom. But you take it to the bars all of a sudden, they hit that little drop on it, hit that. Man, this ain't real. It ain't real. You like, why it ain't real? How could it not be real? Because when I hit the drops on it and I did this, look, that it ain't real. It's it's fake love. So you got to really pay attention to the people that you build these relationships with and just, try your best to make sure that it's real love. And you do that by giving your real love, giving all your honesty and integrity, and making sure you wholehearted in the relationships. And this can be intimate, like super intimate relationships, or this could just be friendships, But that's how you make sure, and you just gotta pay attention, because if a person lying to you, they don't love you. They gonna be true. If you love me, you gonna tell me the truth so I can make a real decision. If you love me and you cheated on me, you gonna tell me the truth so I can really choose if I want to be with you or not, because that's being God. God gave us all choice. That's God's gift to man. So if you take my choice away, you definitely being ungodly if you trying to take my free will away, and you doing that by lying to me, by being dishonest. So that's why cheating is so shameful, for real, in my opinion. But in the same token, you gotta really just peep the signs, man. And you can see if a person love they self, man. That's how you know. That's how you know a person hate life, always tired, always this, always complaining, nagging, whining. They just, you don't even love yourself, because it's gonna show. If you love yourself, you gonna love life. You love everything about life. You finna shake it up, because you got confidence. You believe in yourself. You believe you can do it, and you love God. You love yourself truly, you love God, because God put you here and God created everything. If you thinking that deep, because you could just be a shallow thinker and just be in love with yourself, but loving yourself is loving God, so that's cool. It's cool. You gotta love yourself though. But when you meet your person that you cultivate, what's up, beautiful?
Daddy.
Okay, Daddy talking right now. Go sit down, beautiful. But you gotta just understand the signs of if a person love themselves or not, because the times that we living in right now, a lot of people is confused. A lot of people embracing demons, and a lot of people is embracing being bad and just negativity. They embracing it. They not embracing God. They not embracing good. They not embracing beauty. They embracing all of the negativity that's in the world. So that's what's flowing through them. So you gotta be understanding, and you gotta be paying attention so you can know the relationships that you cultivating, if you doing it with the right people, if you doing it, if it's real love or not. Because, like I said, the karma or the blessing is always gonna come out of it. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. So you gotta be aware of that. And ways that I feel like you can always see, just pay attention. A person to tell you who they are the first 10, 20 seconds you meet them, if you really paying attention. If you meet a person and first thing they talking about, oh yeah, you seen that on IG, bro? Oh yeah, you seen that on Snapchat? Oh, this a person who likes social media. They probably, be on social media a lot. You see a person, you mean, oh man, there's some licks on the floor. What's on the floor, bro? Who got that? What? You said what? Oh yeah. There's probably a person who be robbing. He probably be taking. If he's not doing this stuff, he's setting it up. So you just gotta pay attention. You meet a girl, the first thing oh yeah, you got a Benz. What? You got a? She probably like cars. Nothing wrong with that. But she probably like cars. She probably like clothes. She probably like money. It's like you just gotta pay attention. You gotta love people who love themselves. Love people who love God. Because that's how you gonna get blessed. That's how you. And them blessings is gonna lead to your happiness, man. It's all synchronized. Like people always say synchronicities. It's all synchronized. You know what I mean? And the reason why the synchronicities are so important is because they show you what you're focusing on. They can tell you, it's like your algorithm. The synchronicities in the universe, if you see 222, 111, 77, all that type of stuff, or whatever type of synchronicities you might see, it's like your algorithm. It's what you focusing on. You're able to see the God and the beauty in the world so much because that's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. It's like if you lose your keys, you don't know where they at until you focus on it and really look for it, and next thing you know, they just pop up. You know what I mean? So it's like that. What you focusing on is popping up in the world. That's what you seeing because that's what you paying attention to. So you gotta just know the algorithm, man. Pay attention to your own algorithm on your phone. It'll show you what vibration you on. If you go down your algorithm, and you see whatever, that's really where your mind is. Flat out. That's where your mind is at. So you want to try and uplift your thoughts, uplift your feelings, try and get them aligned so you could create, so you could be one with the Most High. You a co-creator, But your thoughts and feelings have to be aligned. But it can go in reverse. If you thinking bad stuff and feeling bad ways all the time, you're going to start probably making some bad actions, and that stuff going to manifest. So you got to be really attentive and intentional with your thoughts and your feelings, because just because you feeling a certain type of way don't mean you have to be imprisoned to that feeling. You can talk to yourself, you can breathe, you can exercise, do something to take your mind, which is your thought, off of that feeling, because if those align, the bad outcome is inevitable, the karma is inevitable, But it's definitely possible to reprogram yourself, to really, really, really focus in with intention on really changing your mind. That's how you gonna get to heaven, man. That's how you gonna get to heaven. Because if your whole life is full of fear, you already in hell. That's hell. If your life full of fear and anxiety and all this stuff, you always question everything, you got no belief, no self-belief, you don't even think love exists. So that means you think God don't exist. So you in hell. If you think God don't exist, you definitely living in hell, for sure. So it's just about us accepting where we at, we just gotta embrace God more, man. People be so quick to say, I'm a demon. Why people don't want to be angels, man? I be telling, I don't even care. I'll tell somebody I'm an angel of death if that's what I'm on, but I'm still an angel, though, bro. I'm still an angel, man. Point blank, period. That's the team I'm on. That's the team I'm on. If I gotta pick a side, I'm saying I know who I am. But I'm saying if I had to pick a side, man, that's the team I'm on, man. It's like people not embodying that. People embodying some whole other stuff. A girl will meet somebody and, you could clearly see, as soon as you meet him, he tell you his name Killer. Come on, you clearly know what bag he in. I mean, you know where he's at in his conscious, He's in the lower, like, your name Killer, you telling everybody your name Killer. Hey, you meet a guy, his name is Love. Come on. He like, yeah, I'm Love. Okay, cool, okay. But let me dig a little deeper. What do you love? What is you trying to push? What narrative is you pushing? Is you loving lust? Is you loving all these, bad things, chaotic things? Or is you loving God and, is you really loving love? Like, so you just gotta really pay attention, man, because people tell on themselves. People tell on themselves, dog. People tell on themselves, man. You just don't want to see it. We don't be wanting to see it sometimes, Because whatever reason, usually it's not even a good reason. It's probably because we trying to use them for something for real. But people be acting like they don't want to see it. But when you know who you are and you know you God and you can create whatever, you don't got to depend on nobody. It ain't no lack out here, man. It's plenty. It's plentiful. Ain't no paper shortage. Ain't no nothing shortage. Ain't no water shortage. Ain't no air shortage. Whatever they tell you, electricity, ain't no shortage on none of this stuff. So get your mind off of shortage and get your mind on abundance and wealth and plenty. Because there's plenty out here, man. It's plenty out here if you just could open your third eye, which is your mind's eye, which is your, your imagination. Man, you got to open your imagination. Because they feeding us so much misinformation. Because information is stuff that's informed, that's in reality, that's already informed. But imagination is the stuff, it's like, in your imagination is in your mind, It's like down there magic, But that stuff can become information, though, because you would think of something and you could create it. If your thoughts and your feelings is in line, you're going to be inspired to create it. And the actions, the inspiration is going to, fuel the actions. And then, boom, now it's information. Now it's real. Now it's a real thing. Now you got to write it down, or however you brought it into creation, you created it. So people can be informed about it. So it's information. Now it's a real thing. It's information. It's in line with reality. And, we got to get our truth. We got to get our God, man. Got to put God back in reality. Got to spread the information about God, how to get closer to God, how to become one with God, man, because you already is, but you cut him off. He ain't cut you off. He love you. He's still waiting on you. He's still waiting for you to tap in with him, man. He's still waiting for you to go pray, meditate, whatever, however you talk to him. Even if you just come outside, man, what up, though, God? I love you. I'm in love with you, God. Thank you. Like, it ain't no right way to pray. How's the right way to talk to yourself or talk to God or talk to a tree or talk? You just talking. It's just the feeling. It's the intention. You speaking to the Creator. You speaking to the Most High. You speaking to the Source. That's what it is. It's the intention. Like, and just, give him your intention. Give him your attention, Hey, blessings gonna come, man. It's no karma coming when you dealing with the Most High. No karma. It's only blessings, man. Blessings and miracles. All this stuff is a miracle. So when you can really step back and notice all the miracles, the universe is a miracle. It came from the Big Bang, which was God just creating. To me, the Big Bang was like when you make with my wife, Booth, we created 2 kids. That's a Big Bang. We created a whole thing that it's like a universe. It can think. It got a consciousness. It's going to have its own perception, outlook. It's like a multiverse for real. It's like a whole because it ain't going to think exactly like me. They reality not going to be exactly like my reality. So, in that sense, you got to think like God. So that's all a miracle. From the micro to the macro, from the child to the universe to the galaxy. It's a miracle. So once you get in that miracle vibration, and you embrace it, and you realize all this stuff is miracles, all this stuff is blessings, all this stuff is beauty, all this stuff is God, man, you gonna change something, man. You gonna really be what God really had envisioned for you. He didn't have fear and vision for you. He ain't have fear and vision for you at all, or me, or the Lions, or none of this stuff. Nothing. He ain't have fear and vision for nothing. So, love is the vision, man. Love is the sight. Abundance is the sight. Whatever your vision is, man, don't be ashamed of your vision. I don't care if your love is, I don't care if it's, what, cereal. Be in love with cereal. Go invent another cereal. Eat all the cereals, come up with some more flavors. Like, change the world with cereal. You can do it. Like, real talk. If you in love with cars, like, if you love BMW so much, like, start driving them, start tricking them out, start believe in yourself, fuel your vision, fuel your love, embrace your love. Don't be ashamed of your love, whatever form your love is showing, because that's where God leading you to. Follow the love. That's the path of God. Follow the love. Whatever you in love with, man, no shame. I'm in love with y'all. I'm in love with people. I'm in love with God. Y'all God. I'm God. That's why I want to do this, because I'm in love with this. I could do this every day for real. I could, but I'm not this type of person. I do this on a way more intimate level with my family and with my friends. They tired of me, so it's better that I talk to y'all. I can vent. You know, they tired. They done heard this guy's stuff for 20 years, however long, so. But I love y'all, man. All praise go to the Most High, man. Tap in with me, Trey.